So welcome back. In this video, we are gonna see a box model and specificity in CSS. Okay, so I have created this new file here and included all the relevant code. Now I'll add here a p tag and give a value as its value as a box model. I'll also increase the size so you can see it more clearly. Okay, now save this and open with live server, and you can see that box model appears here. Inspect this and you can see a box appears around this p tag. So this is the box model for this element. As I have already told you, every element is contained inside a container, inside a box, which is its box model. So this box model can be seen here also in this screen. See, if I hover onto the blue part, you can see that it gets highlighted on the web page. This is the padding part. You won't see this. I'll tell you why. This is the border part and this is the margin. Okay, so this is the zoomed version of what is really happening. So this is the p tag and this is its box model. So the box model contains the following things. First is the content itself. Second is this padding area here. Now what is padding? Padding is the distance between the content and the border. Then there is border. Now border size you can say as the width of the border. So this is the left border, this is the right border, upper border and the bottom border. Similarly, there is margin. So you can see this is the orange tab, and this is what you were seeing uh, on the web page. Now, why you were not seeing all the other things? Because the margin had the upper margin and the bottom margin as 100. That is why you were able to see that. But the padding from all sides was 0, and also the border width from all sides was 0. So you were not able to see them. Now we will change these sizes, and then you would be able to see the full box model of p tag. Okay, so let's first give a reference to the CSS file that on in which we want to make the changes. I have already made this file here, boxmodel.css. You can see that here. Now save this, go to that file, and by selecting the element tag, select the p tag. Now we'll add margin. As you already know, there is the top margin and the bottom margin. So we'll add margin left and give it a value of 100 pixels, and margin right and give it a value of 100 pixels. Save this, and you can see that our box model text has shifted from left and the right positions. If I hover onto this, so you can see a left margin and the right margin has been displayed. Now let's add border to this tag. So you can write border. First, as I have already told you in the last video, you have to give the border size. So for here, let's give it a size of 50 pixels. Then the shape, and the color. Let's give it black. Save this, and you can see a border appearing of the width of 50 pixels around this. Now if you select this tag here and hover onto its box model here, you can see all the values are now entered. So this is the border, this is the margin of 100 pixels from all the sides, this is the border from 50 pixels from all the sides, and padding we have not added yet, so let's add that first. And we'll simply write here padding top, give it a value of about 50 pixels. You can give all the values from all the sides individually, like padding top, padding bottom, padding right, and padding left. Or you can simply write padding and give this value of 50 pixels. So this will add the padding from all these to all the sides. Similar thing goes for your margin also, and for your border also. So let's save this, and you can see now there's a gap between the content and the border of the p tag. And now if I select this and hover onto this, you can see there is a margin of 100 pixels, there is a padding of there is a border of 50 pixels, there is padding of 50 pixels, and the content itself. So this is how box model is used to refer to the measurements of the border and padding and margin and other stuff. So this is the final scenario right now. You have a margin of 100 pixels from all sides, you have border width of 50 pixels, you have padding of 50 pixels, and you have the content itself. So this is all for the box model. Now let's move on to specificity. So the order of increasing specificity is like this. First, the element. Obviously the element is more specific to itself than any other element. Then class. If I apply a class to the element, then the change applied to the class is more specific to that element. And id. id is more specific than class. So let's see in the code. Here, if I apply a change to the body tag, say I change the color to red and save this, so you can see the color changes to red. Now if I apply the change to p tag and change it to blue, save this, and you can see the color changes to blue. Why does this happen? Specificity comes into play here. P tag is more specific to itself than its parent tag, which is the body tag. Therefore, the color that was applied to it was blue. Now let's create a class here and name it as create only. So I'll give it a color of green. Save this and give this class to p tag here. Save this, and you can see now the color changes to blue. Oh, sorry, green. And now let's give it an ID. And in the ID, change the color to yellow. Save this, and now the color changes to yellow. So this is how specificity works. Now why am I telling you this is usually what happens, we get stuck in our code or some part of our code does not show the results as we expect. So sometimes what happens is that there is a issue of specificity. Maybe you have applied a change to the class and applied some other change to the ID provided to the same tag, and you are expecting the result for the class. So that would not happen, as the ID has more specificity and change applied to it would be firstly reflected. So you have to check specificity in these cases to avoid errors. So this is all for specificity and this box model video. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and happy learning.